The dark psychology of gratitude. Why the people you help betray you. Have you ever wondered why the very person you carried on your back turns around and stabs you in it? Why does the individual you defended when everyone else walked away, the friend you rescued financially, or the partner you held together emotionally, suddenly become your harshest critic, your hidden enemy, or your coldest betrayer? If you have experienced this agonizing twist of human nature, you are not naive. You have simply collided with a brutal psychological reality that the German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche decoded more than a century ago. The disturbing truth is that human gratitude has a dark undercurrent. Today, we are peeling back the superficial layers of social morality to expose the raw mechanics of betrayal, ego, and resentment. Stay with us until the final minute, because understanding this hidden dynamic will permanently alter how you offer your strength to others. The 6-minute blueprint 1. The deadhead that poisoned the ego. Nietzsche presented a deeply unsettling psychological law. Excessive benefits do not produce love. They produce hidden malice. When you step in to save someone, you inadvertently rewrite the invisible hierarchy of the relationship. You instantly occupy the position of the one who has power, capability, and resources. They are forced into the position of the one who lacks. In the dark corners of the human mind, receiving significant assistance creates a heavy psychological debt, and nothing wounds a fragile ego faster than a debt it knows it can never fairly repay. 2. The invisible humiliation of your kindness. Actively helping someone is universally praised as a noble virtue, but to the recipient's subconscious mind, it can carry an implicit, insulting message. You were not strong enough to handle this alone. Nietzsche's core philosophy centered on the will to power, the primal human drive for absolute autonomy, competence, and self-sovereignty. When you witness someone at their absolute lowest point, you become the living archive of their weakness and vulnerability. Unable to tolerate the discomfort of your watchful eyes, they do not reject your help. They destroy the witness. They reject you. 3. The mutation of gratitude into resentment. In the initial stages of your support, the recipient feels an authentic wave of relief and vocal gratitude. But as the days turn into weeks, a quiet, sinister psychological mutation occurs. The weight of the emotional and practical obligation begins to suffocate them. Because they cannot balance the scales of power, their gratitude curdles into intense embarrassment, which evolves into guilt and ultimately hardens into deep resentment. To escape the internal pain of feeling inferior, their mind looks for a scapegoat. Naturally, the easiest villain to create is the benefactor who made them feel small in the first place. 4. The war over the balance of power. Every human relationship operates on a delicate, unseen equilibrium. When you are consistently the source of solutions, advice, money, or emotional shelter, you unconsciously place yourself on a pedestal, forcing the other person into a subordinate role. No matter how pure, empathetic, or selfless your intentions are, human nature detests submission. For a weak or insecure mind, it is far easier to burn down the entire bridge and betray the relationship than it is to look up at you from a lower position every single day. 5. The mirror of silent envy. Sometimes your act of kindness acts as a blinding spotlight on the stark divergence in your status. If you are more disciplined, more emotionally stable, or more materially successful, your help functions as a cruel mirror reflecting their own failures. Nietzsche coined the term ressentiment to describe the psychological defense mechanism where the weak, unable to raise themselves up to greatness, choose instead to vilify the strong. Instead of using your support to climb higher, they attempt to drag your reputation down to their level through malicious gossip and unprovoked criticism. 6. Realizing you are not the problem. When a betrayal hits you after you sacrificed your own energy for someone else, the shock can make you question your own value or judgment. But you must understand, their betrayal is not a reflection of your failure. It is a loud, undeniable confession of their psychological fragility. Independence is a vital human necessity, and when an individual lacks the maturity to navigate the heavy emotional burden of being helped, they strike out in pain. Most betrayals do not modernly stem from pure evil. They stem from profound inner discomfort. 7. Nietzsche's rules for sovereign assistance. Does this mean we should turn cold, adopt a lifestyle of absolute cynicism, and stop helping humanity altogether? Absolutely not. But philosophy dictates that we must learn to help differently. The ultimate Stoic rule is to empower without engineering dependency. You must offer aid in a manner that builds the other person's strength rather than deepening their indebtedness. Stop solving their equations for them. Instead, force them to participate actively in the labor of the solution. Do not play the role of the ultimate savior. True power lies in enabling others to no longer require your rescue. The 5 principles of protected giving. To permanently safeguard your spirit from future betrayal, anchor your interactions in these 5 uncompromised principles. First, never give to buy affection. If you help someone simply to be liked or validated, you are practicing manipulation, and you will be exploited. Second, expect zero eternal gratitude. Release the fantasy of appreciation. Offer your help to the universe, not to the person's ego. Third, never weaponize your past favors. The moment you remind someone of what you did for them, you validate their resentment and confirm their worst fears. Fourth, give only what you are prepared to lose forever. If your financial or emotional aid leaves you depleted or expecting a return, you have overextended your boundaries. Fifth, do not unbalance the scales. Keep the relationship grounded. Allow them space to give back to you in whatever small ways they can, maintaining their human dignity. The final truth. Genuine emotional maturity consists of giving freely while maintaining absolute detachment from the outcome. Strong, integrated individuals look at assistance as a collaborative tool for growth. Weak, fragmented individuals experience your help as an existential threat to their pride. As you step back into the arena of life, remember this: helping is not saving. Loving someone does not require you to forget your own boundaries. And sometimes, the highest form of wisdom and empathy is stepping aside, crossing your arms, and allowing others to learn the brutal lessons they desperately need on their own. If this deep dive into the dark layers of human nature brought you clarity, subscribe to our channel immediately. Master the hidden laws of psychology, protect your inner citadel, and reclaim absolute command over your destiny.